Hello, my crafting friends. Welcome to another Technique Tuesday. I'm Lisa Fulford with Creative Coach Lisa, and I have a fun little fun fold, but something that's a little bit different. And so, um, last night on my Make It Monday, I indicated that I was going to do a origami type card tonight, um, a Dahlia Fun Fold. And so I have put one together, and then I have one that I'm going to do tonight, and then I may have a second one that I'm going to work on. I was trying different types of paper to see what was best. This is done best with DSP, but I do have some cardstock, or not really cardstock. I guess I have copy paper. I tried doing it with cardstock. It was a little bit more difficult, and so I have copy paper that I'm going to show so that you can see better on what it is that I'm doing. And then I have the DSP that I'm going to fold so that you can see how to put one of these together. And so we will get started with that. Right now, I'm going to switch the camera down to my tabletop. So give me just a moment. Okay, so give me one moment here. All right, so there we go. This is the card that we are going to make. And it is like an origami fold, and it makes this here dahlia flower on the front, and it says thank you, and it has some embossing in the back, and then just open it up like that. So with that being said, this embossing folder, I can't remember the name of it. Let me see if I can see if it's in the catalog. See. Embossing folders on page 129. Hopefully it's in there. Yes, number 7, and it's the Distress Child 3D embossing folder is the one that I used for this. I haven't embossed the other one, that if I do a second one, depends on how long it takes to do this one. But yes, so that's the embossing folder that I use for that. The paper that I'm using is the To Market DSP. And so there's several different things that are in here that you could use, but the one that I'm using is the floral paper with the polka dots on the back. And so that's the one that I'm using right there. And it's To Market 12 by 12 paper. And then I'm also going to bring in a couple different stamp sets. This is the Everyday Greeting for the thank you right here. And then the Labeled with Love for this little part right here. And then I also have the punch that goes with that. I also have the dies, but I'm just going to use the punch just because it's easier whenever you're demonstrating on a live. And then I also need 2 punches, and I know that one of these is not available at the moment, but die cuts work just fine for this too. But you need about 1 3/4 for the size for the circles to do your origami, and then about a 2-inch one to glue to, so that it'll make it easier to put together to put on your card. So I hope when I'm showing you that makes more sense. But so a 2-inch and a 1 3/4. It can be a little bit bigger than a 2-inch, as long as it doesn't go bigger than what the origami is here. And so I've already done a lot of the punching, and I've done a lot of the folding, but you'll need 8 of the DSPs, and so it's double-sided, and you want it to be a a pattern that complements. Most of them do, but mine are not directional, so that made this a lot easier. So I've got those. I have the rest of them already folded and everything, and then I have two here that I'll show you how to do. And then this is my 2-inch circle from the Blackberry Bliss, Blackberry Bliss. And I have a card base that is, I've bent it. That is 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. And then this piece is 4 inches by 5 1/4, and then I ran it through that embossing folder. And then I have a piece here that is 3.5 by 5, and that's for the inside. And this scrap piece is to do the label. And then here are some of my pieces that I've already prepared, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them already finished, and 2 more to yet go. But I'm going to kind of show what I mean. And when I did my copy paper, it got caught in the punch. But so the way to make this is that you're going to take and you're going to fold this in half. So get your edges together, line them up, and then fold it. And then we want our bone folder, and we're going to crease. Okay, and then we're going to take that half circle, and we're going to fold that over and line that up like that, and crease again like that. So you have this kind of fan type thing. So I'm going to open this back up, and I'm going to draw on both sides on those lines so that it's easier to see. And this is, I've seen this, several different demonstrators doing this. So I don't really know who to give credit to on this. There, my ink pen's finally working. Probably my ruler keeping it from there. That's what it was. I think I had my ruler upside down, so it's keeping it from making very contact. So it's just basically you fold it in half and fold it in half again, but if you fold it this way and then that way. All right. So I'm going to open it this way so that you can see those folds. All right, so then so here's the opening, and then here are all the different fanned out pieces. You're going to take this first edge, and you're going to go from this corner to that corner and fold it towards you. And make certain that you crease it in those corners. So like that. So this is, I just folded it down. Then I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to fold it towards me. Those corners. And so it's like that. So there's a little flap here, and there's a little flap here. Now we're going to open this up. See, with it, oops, I was behind the thing. So I'm going to open this up. So I'm going to do that again because I was behind my circle that has my face. So you're going to fold it in half, fold it in half again, and then you're going to, from corner to corner, you're going to fold it down, flip it over, and from corner to corner, you're going to fold it down again and crease it. And you'll want to take your bone folder and crease it well. Okay. And then now that we have it that way, we're going to open it up. Leave those two folded down. And then this is what it looks like. Okay. So these are on one side. We're going to fold that down. And then we're going to take this straight edge and bring it to this fold line. So I guess I could draw my fold line right there. That's just one of the lines that was creased. Okay, so it folds right there. So we're going to take this flat edge to that fold line. And so we're going to flip this over and line that up on that fold edge. Increase it. Then we're going to turn it and we're going to take this flat edge to that line again. Like that. So then you have these little partial pieces here, like that. And then you have this rounded piece. So that's how you do it with, like, to show you on copy paper. So let me show you on DSP so that there's pattern on both sides. So this is what I want to be the little extra little petals, and what I want to show mainly is the back side. And so I'm going to fold it in half with what I want to show. The main part I want to show is going to be on the inside. So I'm lining that up. I'll take my bone folder. I'm going to crease. Then I can take this, because this is a little stiffer than the copy paper, and I'm going to just kind of pull this like that to start bending it so it kind of is rounded a little bit. See, kind of like just got a little round to it. So I'm going to fold this over like that. And crease like that. So then there's my little fan. And then this little piece here, I'm getting my finger between this first layer and that second layer. And I'm going to crease it with my thumbnail at those corners. And then fold it down like that. And then I'm going to use the bone folder. So it kind of looks like a little bit of an eye right there. And then I'm going to flip this over. And I'm going to get my thumbnail between there again. Like this. And crease it right here. Right there on the corner. And then fold it down. And take my bone folder and crease that again. Like that. So it looks like that. Then we'll open this up. So you want these to stay folded down. You're going to open it like this. Then we're going to have that inside piece facing up. And then this little line right here, that crease right there, you can see that. This edge is going to come over to the crease, and then that edge will come over to the crease. So I'm going to put my thumbnail just past that center line to try to work it that way. And then like that. And then I'm going to bring this one to that center crease again. So here's that center line. This one I gotta lay down to do because I can't hold it up in the air like that and do it. Earlier I had my scissors and I would lay them there and try to fold it over it there. That. And then try to line these 2 points here up. just like that. Make certain that's pulled out and crease. And so here is our circle folded like that. So I've got another one here to do. I'm going to fold in half. And then crease. I'm going to take the bone folder and just kind of make it where it'll start going that direction. Makes it a little easier to fold, I found. Bring my two corners together and pinch. Use the bone folder. Take this little piece here and fold it towards me. Like that. And then I'm going to flip it over and do that same thing on the back. Once you've done one or two of them, then it makes sense, and then it's not hard at all. Trying to figure out how to flip it, fold it in the beginning can be a little bit challenging, but once you figure it out, it's not bad at all. Just like that. And then I'm going to open it up. So have it like that, and I'm going to bring this, and you can also lay it down and then start creasing it right here and fold them towards each other to that center. Like that. And to me, that's easier. But I didn't want to show that right away because it just kind of, you need to know the concept and the premise. So I'm going to grab my silicone mat. And then this is that 2-inch circle. I'm going to put it down. And I'm going to add, oh, I was going to crease this. So I'm going to wipe that off. I'm going to fold this in half and then fold it in half again. And the reason for this, you can fold it in the half and half again like we did the DSP. And so you kind of have some reference here. Try to rub that in. And then I'm going to add glue to 1/4 of it, and then try to line up my point to the center of this. I'm going to put that point to there and put that line across that straight line like that. Then I'm going to grab the next one and butt it right up against there. Like that, and hold it. And I'm going to add some more glue to this next one. You're butting it up right to the next one. Putting the points in the middle. I'm trying to keep these purple scallops lined up. Then add to this next one. once you get it folded, it goes together pretty quick. I have to bring them in a little bit tighter. And then hold it for just a little bit. And while that's drying, I'm going to set that off to the one side. Give that a chance to dry. Get this glue off the tips of my fingers. I'm going to bring in my card base and bring it together. Increase. This part that has that messed up corner, I'm going to put it towards the back. I'm going to add glue to my corners of my embossed piece. And thank you for watching my live tonight. I hope that you are learning how to do the origami fold. I hope I'm explaining it well enough. And if you are liking this so far, if you give me a thumbs up, I'd greatly appreciate that. Lets me know that I'm doing a good job of explaining. I've got glue everywhere. I need to grab my glue eraser here real quick. Erase that. Take this piece here. I could have cut a piece to match, but at the time I wasn't thinking about that. And if you are joining, and if this is your first time, tell me where you're watching from. So there's so far our card base. And then I'm going to grab this piece here and the outline of the label. So I'm going to do that in pumpkin pie to match my cardstock. Ink this up. Stamp it right here. Then I want to, grab my thank you. Just a moment, something's going on. There we go. And then I want to grab my Blackberry Bliss. And ink that up. I'm going to redo that one because it didn't all, it's not had it well inked. There we go. That one's a little bit better. So I'm going to grab this and put my thank you right in the center. There we go. I'll close these up before I get my hand in it. Bring in my punch. If you're not familiar with our punches, it has this little lock mechanism here. You push it together and you unlock it, and then it will open up. And you can slide your cardstock in. Just line it up in there. I like to put a little bit of pressure on it so I can kind of look at it and see if that's how I want it, or if I want to line it up a little bit better. And then you press. And you just press it and lock it back. So there's my thank you. We'll bring this back in. And grab this. And we're going to add glue to the petals. And then also to that circle. Okay. I'm going to flip this over and then add it to card front. Kind of like that. Press and hold. Now I want to bring in, flip my label over and bring my Stampin' Dimensionals in. Open that up. And add my thank you. Quite like that. So there is our first card there. It is the Origami Dahlia. So I think that's very pretty. You can like spruce these up a little bit if you want, but you don't want it to be too bulky because you can mail this. It will mail flat in an envelope. And so there is our first card there. I do have this one. And I do not have this part embossed, but I do want to show, this is the paper that is like greenery and gold, I do believe, something like that. So I've got 6 of them finished. And we're going to fold in half and in half again. Take and bend at those corners. Put my thumbnail there and bend. My thumbnail over here and bend. And then fold it over like this. So I hope you're enjoying this Technique Tuesday. And if you're catching it on the replay, let me know where you are watching from and if you've ever tried this. And if you do try it, let me know that you did, and let me know if the instructions were easy enough to follow. You open this up, so you have those rounded pieces there. I'll flip it over and bring both my pieces to the center. There we go. So it's all in getting it all together and then creasing it where it needs to be. There's that one. Now I got one more. Fold in half and fold in half again. Crease right here. And also on this corner. Like that. Use the bone folder. And then let's do the same with this one. Increase. Kind kind of looks like an eye or a ear or something. Open it up, and then this edge to that score line. Like that. And this edge to that score line. So like that. All right, so I'm going to fold this in half. Score. Oops. And take this piece and put on the inside. Hope you're enjoying these cards. This is the Dahlia Origami Fun Fold for my Technique Tuesday for today. So this is Old Olive card base. This is 3.5 by 5 for the inside piece. And then I do not have this piece embossed, but I don't know that it has to be embossed. And then this piece is what I'm going to stamp on. And then this is what I'm going to glue to. This is my 2-inch circle. And each one of these was a 1 3/4. And I have 8 of those that I folded. And this one here, I'm going to take and break the fibers a little bit so it's easier to fold. Fold in half. Fold in half again, kind of like how I folded these. All right, and then I'm going to open it up. So there's 4 little quadrants there. And then I'm going to bring in my glue and put it in one of the 4 quarters there. And then bring my pieces in and line them up. The edge on that score line and the point to the point where it all comes together. And I'm going to do the next one. Put it together like that. And then we're going to put glue on the next section. Once you do one, like I said, then the others kind of comes together, because then you understand how it needs to go together. You understand like how you need to fold it, all that. And so the second one is definitely easier than the first. Adding my bits and pieces here around and pressing. I'll do this last little bit here. Slide that in. And slide this last one in. And then press and hold. Like that. So that makes that flower. So just a real quick recap. You take the 8 circles that make up the flower, and they're 1 3/4, and you fold it in half, and you fold it in half again, corner to corner, crease. Use your bone folder to get good creases. And then that first little section, so here's the opening, you fold it from corner to corner again and get a little loop there, and flip it over, do the back side, just crease that, you open it up, and then you take, this is that line, you fold that edge over to the score line, and this edge over to that score line, and then you use the bone folder on it, and it kind of looks like a little bit of a cone. So that's how we make that flower. So there's the back side. This needs a bit of embossing, but I'm going to go ahead and do my other part of it. So clean my stamps, and all I did with my chamois was I cut one in half, and then I cut the other half into quarters so that these can go to class with me, so I can put them along the table. And this one here I keep here in my craft area in my studio here. I've got my fan going, that's almost dry already. So I'm going to take the old olive and 2 of those. I'm going to ink it up in old olive, this here outline. Stamp. Then I'll close that up. Take the thank you. I can do Merry Christmas or what have you. I'll do the thank you. Hopefully we'll line that up. Put thank you on there. And that's with Mossy Meadow. Bring in my punch. And then punch that out. Then I'll add dimensionals to the back of it. And whenever I emboss this piece, I don't know why I forgot to emboss it, but I did. Then I will add that on to the front of there, and that will be another card. And so, just depending on what DSP that you choose, I have a few other ones here. I've got the one with the gold leafing here, and then it's just a green on the back, and one with the floral-y type in the greenery on the front, and then it's got the spots on the back. And so I want this to show mainly, and this to be where the purple is, so I'm going to fold this differently. So I'm going to fold this in half this way, crease it, and fold it in half that way. And then I'm going to bring this towards me, crease, there, flip it over, and crease that right here. Use my bone folder. Like that. Then you open it up. You have these points, which that did not do very good on being to the point, did it? Oh, that one is. It's this one that I did not get to the point. There we go. Much better. Then I'm going to open that up and fold it towards that line right there. And take this one and do the same thing the other way, like that. Increase. And that is one that will have more of the green showing and just a little bit of the polka dot. And this one here, I'm going to fold this together. So these are just different patterns, and depending on what you want to show is how you fold them. So that's in half. Half again. Bring this towards you. Corner to corner. Like that. Crease it. Flip it over and do the other side. That. And open it up. And then earlier I used my scissors to kind of like go just past that line, so that it's easier to get a crisp point. That. Just past that line to get a crisp point again. And use the bone folder. Like that. And so this one here will have gold, mainly gold showing, with just a little bit of green. So the green will peek out right here, and the gold will be everywhere else. So it just depends on which one that you choose on how it's going to turn out. But this is the green and gold dahlia. Look at gold just kind of shimmers on there. And then this is what we made the first time. So I hope that you will give this Technique Tuesday a try. I keep looking for fun things and different cards to try, and so I thought this was a really fun technique. It did take a little bit longer the first time I made one, just because it looked extremely easy, but it takes a little bit to get all those points and things. Not that it's hard, it's just sometimes it can be a little bit tricky until you get the hang of it. And so I hope that you will give this a try, and I hope that you enjoyed this Technique Tuesday, and that you will subscribe to my channel for more inspiration in the future. And if you enjoyed this card, if you could give me a thumbs up, I greatly appreciate it. And subscribing doesn't cost you anything. And it helps you to know whenever I either go live or I upload another video. I do Make It Mondays and Technique Tuesdays, and I do mystery stamping every other week. And then I also do online card classes and different things. So pretty soon, starting I think in August maybe, it's coming up real quick that I'm going to do the countdown to Halloween and maybe / fall. And then yesterday my card was a Christmas in July card for my Make It Monday. So I tried to throw in some little fun things for my viewers, my customers, and my friends. And so I appreciate you joining me today. And if you're watching the replay, I appreciate you pressing play. And I hope I'll see you again soon. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.